Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. I'm laughing because your energy. Oh boy, do y'all want to pick a fight. But y'all want to pick a fight about everything. With everybody. What happened? Did it just get too tight? Just too many people around? Or, I have this feeling that Taurus is kind of just, can you get away from me? And by the way, I don't even like you. But I love you, so wait a minute. 3 of Pentacles, especially when it comes to your relationships, especially relationships that are supposed to be serious. It's going to seem to your partner like all of a sudden you want to redo, revamp, leave, and they're going to ask you the same things. Is it because we've been around each other too much? Or do you see something in me that you didn't see before? Or what did I do wrong? And, well, I don't think Taurus can aptly express what it is that anyone's done wrong, except that you're going through a very, very, very slow time, especially because you're already slow, but then this is way slower than even you want it to be. And that's really irritating. King of Wands, King of Cups. There's a couple of people around that this may apply to, especially people who want to be with you, people you are with, and someone from the past. 2 different people. And I think a part of the Taurus nature is that when something isn't working, you do hearken back to a time when things seem to work better, even if it was with somebody else. So you may be thinking, well, if I went back to such and such, or if I started this or that back up again, maybe I would be happier because this current situation is not cutting it for me. Page of Cups, Strength, and the 6 of Pentacles. Again, that Leo card just keeps coming up in every reading. Leo season will be the season where everything starts to move again, but until then, money seems a bit too tight for you, a bit too slow. But don't worry, the Page of Cups is there to ensure that you will think up new ways to make money. You're very resourceful, Taurus. But I think the money aspect has a lot to do with it. When Taurus's money isn't quite right, everything else starts to get on your nerves. You just feel like nobody understands. There are things that you want to talk about that you can't talk to your partner about, or the people that are interested in you, they just don't want to talk about the things you want to talk about. And this is stuff that's really important. And when you start to feel like you can't talk to somebody, it just goes all sideways. So, what do? Well, around June 21st, you'll be your meanest. You'll be the toughest around June 21st. That's when the second eclipse comes in. Around June 5th, you started to, feel those horns. Now, June 21st, you really start to feel them. And you got to be careful. You got to be careful with what you say, because you don't want your money frustrations to turn into such a bad mood that you let go of someone that you really love, or you get back into it with someone who's really bad for you. It's not worth it. It's better just to think up new ways to make that money. Focus there. And don't let the rest of this get on your nerves. Don't bother with it. Let it be. I know that's way easier said than done, but what I don't want is for you to look back in Cancer season and go, what was I saying? What was I doing? I don't even know why my horns were tipped in venom and poison. I don't know what was going on. 4 of Swords. Rest instead. And I know I've been resting. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. I know. Rest some more. This also is mental rest. One thing at a time. Tackle one thing at a time. You can't be thinking up new business ideas, trying to get rid of the person you like or the person that likes you, and starting something back up with someone from the past all at once. It's too much for you. It's too much for anybody, but it's way too much for you. So give yourself a little time. Give yourself a little space. Even though all you've had is time, but not enough space. Space is what you need. It's either space or fight. So take that space mentally. 3 of Wands. 4 of Swords. That's what you need. And trust your instincts, You know a good business idea when you see one. You're resourceful. You can come up with new ways to make money. Do it. Don't get lethargic and sad about it. Do something about it. Use all that energy, all that fire you've got right now all that venom on the tips of your horns, use it for something, because otherwise you're just going to be miserable and you're going to make anyone around you miserable. And then next month you're going to wake up and go, oh, wait a minute, no, I actually do like you. And it's like you're going to be in a bad mood for the next 3 weeks, and it's not even your fault. So everything that has to do with intimacy and you is in retrograde. So you go from, I hate this, you make me miserable, I want to get away from you, money is no good right now, to everything is fine, you want to go out to eat. And the person you're talking to is going to look at you like, when did you turn into a Gemini? What are you doing? Oh, I know you hate that. So, to prevent said conversation, chill. Don't say anything right now that you can't wake up in 3 weeks and back up, especially not when it comes to your emotions, because they're going to change so rapidly. You've just been cooped up. It's not enough to work on, not enough space, too many people up on you, too many different opportunities, but not enough follow through from the people who present them. It's all starting to weigh on you. You just need to rely on yourself. Get your shit together. And let everybody else do what they do. Just don't judge them for it. Just hold off on the judgment. Hold off 3 weeks. Certainly don't judge them around the 21st, because you're really going to want to. And you're going to cut them right to the bone if you do. So, in the spirit of saving those around you who love you from the pain that you can most definitely inflict, chill. Do it for yourself. Do it so you don't have to explain yourself in a month. I can't do it. I can't say anything that later I'm going to have to apologize for. It just drives me nuts. I'm not saying it if I have to apologize for it later, because I'm not apologizing later. The only things I apologize for later are things I didn't mean to say. So now that you know this, you won't be meaning to say it. You'll be doing it consciously. So don't do it. And then the sun. So again, by Leo season, this all clears up. Don't worry about it at all. It all fixes itself. So you just have to wait it out. And so does everybody around you. Sorry, so does everybody around you. But that's okay. That's okay. They love you. They're there for you. You be there for you, Taurus. And then it's great. And then we get into Cancer season. Yay! End of Cancer season into Leo season. You're going to be so happy. So don't mess it up right now. Even though you want to, and it feels like you have a point. And that's always when Taurus is the most dangerous, when they're sure they have a point. You know, right before the bull runs, how dare you wave that red flag at me? You know, you think you have a point, but you don't. You just think you do. So you got to kind of play with your mind a little bit, because it's trying to trick you into pushing people away who you actually do love. So the way I love you. Ooh. Mwah. Let's look at these cards. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to the second part of your reading. You know it's the last reading, but man, was it the funnest. Your energy is so crazy. Taurus is the underrated sign of the zodiac, I have to say, because y'all are nuts, and like unapologetically so. Every single one of you watched the first part of this video and just rolled your eyes like, so? What do you mean, so? Okay, let's go through it one more time, and maybe it will get through your hard head. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, go. And see, I'm laughing. That's the thing. You guys are so charming that even when you're being annoying, mean, violent, you're still charming. We still love you. We're still like, Taurus. Because it's life. Your energy is life. And it's like, Alan Watts talks about how the flow of a river, the way grass grows, the way a tree flowers, it never makes an aesthetic mistake. Fixed earth doesn't make an aesthetic mistake because nature doesn't. Nature always looks perfect. And so even when you're being just fed up and you've run out of patience, even then
You're so beautiful. You know, you have these beautiful faces and these beautiful voices, and it's so obvious when someone looks in your eyes how much you care. So it can be difficult. It can be difficult to admonish you about anything because you're so charming. You know, like I'm supposed to be telling you right now not to yell at the people around you, and instead I'm like, "You're so beautiful, Taurus." Ah. So, let's start. 3 of Pentacles. And one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. As soon as I sit down to do your reading, everyone starts texting me gossip. Your energy is so related to like knowing the tea. It's like people just come out of the woodwork being like, you know what I saw? And by the way, you know what I heard? And I'm like, not right now. I'm working. Like I'm trying to do something. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Here's the thing. Anyone that you lose your temper with right now, right? They are someone who ultimately gives you a lot of power. They're on your side. You've just been internally going through some stuff. And I know you're very private to the point where I don't even want to bring it up because I don't want anyone else who watches this video who's cross-watching for you to know about it. But you and I know what I'm talking about. And of course, a lot of your frustration is based on that. But you're never going to tell anybody about that, and neither am I. Okay? But it's there. And you have to realize, 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands, that the person, whoever that is, your lover, your sibling, your parent, your best friend, your pet, whoever it is that gives you power right now, who you have this close connection with, they are the ones that you're going to lash out at. So don't. Not because they don't deserve it. I never said that. Maybe they do. But the reaction you will give them is disproportionate to what they've done because you're just in that mood. I think it's your internal struggles, a struggle basically with this lethargic / depressive thing that has been hanging over Taurus for a while. As a Vedic Taurus, I can attest to it. I think that's what the red flag is. I think that's what you actually want to rush towards, you know, and impale with your horns. But that's not a tangible thing out here in the real world while your friends and family are. So even if they do deserve it, don't do it. Just because you've got way too much to lose in a month. If you do that, and by lose, I don't mean that anyone will leave you alone. I don't mean that there'll be some harsh, repercussions or consequences. I mean that you're going to hurt people and you don't want to. And I know you don't want to. And I know you don't like it when you do. So it'll just be sad in a month and you'll be able to look at them and see that you really hurt them. So just don't do it. Then King of Cups, Page of Cups. If there are a fire sign and a water sign around that are the most important, the closest to you, be careful. Offer them a cup. You may want to wait until Cancer season. That's fine. You can do that as well. You will grow in power and patience until then. So that's fine if you'd like to keep to yourself, no problem. I would suggest you pick at least one person, even if it's me, even if you're just DMing me. You should pick one person to talk to about this stuff because keeping it inside like this isn't healthy. And by Cancer season, you will want to. And by Leo season, you'll feel so much better. But until then, your money is also an issue. Now, how is that tied together with your emotional state? Well, oftentimes when things are not going well materially, and by not going well for you because you're so abundant in spirit, I just mean that things get slow. When things get slow, you get worried. As does everybody, but nobody understands the way that Taurus panics when it comes to material wealth. You panic quietly, but you do panic. But don't worry. Instead of using it as a moment to break down, instead of being weak, which I know you don't want to be, look outward. Where are those hidden opportunities? Are they online? Are they between you and your friends? Do you need to collaborate? What do you need to do? Where are those new avenues of income? Because they are there. They're just a bit far out from what you're used to and what you've been doing, and that's also okay. You know as well as I do that if things don't push you, if a situation doesn't squeeze you, you don't innovate. But when you do innovate, it's so great. But what you need to be put through to get to that point is ridiculous. And the way you lash out at the situation doing it to you is like, ah. But ultimately, it's very helpful, isn't it? Because it gives you these great new ideas. It puts you in completely different surroundings. It opens up a whole new set of possibilities, and boom. All of a sudden, you're doing these incredible things and you're making money from all these different places. And you hadn't even thought like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. And guess what? Somewhere in there, just by chance, you're happier. That internal struggle subsides, never really goes away, but it subsides. And you're able to go out there and smile and cheer and be there for your friends and be there for your family and be there for yourself. That's what we want. We want you happy. Right? See, I can feel that. How often do you hear that? Not enough, right? How often are you around someone that looks at you and sincerely tells you they just want you to be happy? That's all we want. So, looking outward at these new beautiful opportunities, you just stretch your mind a little bit and rest. The rest is important, again, because of that internal struggle. There are a bunch of different things that are taking up space in your mind, and some of them are not related at all, and yet they're warring with each other. So you need to give yourself that time in the other realm, i.e. sleep, so you can go sort that stuff out. And then 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. These are the consequences. So you don't want to wake up from this time, this quarantining, rubbing your eyes and looking around and going, oh my God, why is everybody so sad and so miserable? And they're all looking at you like, because of you. Instead, we want to rest, we want to innovate, we want to keep to ourselves if we can't control our temper. And then as soon as Cancer season starts, right after the eclipse, not before, you're out here and you're offering this cup of love and you're back. And it's beautiful. And abundance is there waiting for you. Like, hey, I've been waiting for you. Where you been, Taurus? Well, that's okay. You know, I've often said the change from Taurus to Gemini season, it's just too extreme for Taurians. Like from fixed earth, all the cows are sitting down. You know, I live around a bunch of cows. It's Denmark. I see cows every day, and every day I laugh because every day I look at them and I think, wow, if there is a sign that is the most like its avatar, it is the Taurus. So beautiful to look at, so commanding in presence, so dangerous, and yet so peaceful, so quiet. Just minding their business, eating, sleeping, sitting, you know, roaming around, hanging out with their friends, like just so chill and so pretty, right? All the cows have been sitting down since Gemini season started. In most parts of the country, in the US, they say, I spend a lot of time in the Midwest. In the Midwest, they say that and in the South, that if cows are sitting down, it's going to rain. I can tell from being here so much that the cows sit down when the air pressure is too much for them. The air pressure pushes down on them and they just sit down. They're just like, no. And that's exactly what I need you to do, because the air pressure, Gemini season, the pressure that it puts on your mind, on your heart, it's so extreme. You know, you can't expect a fixed earth person to go like this, to just have this steep upward incline all of a sudden, boom, as the sun moves. It's not fair. So I understand why the cows are sitting down there just like, fuck this. Like, I don't like this. Now that's funny because the season you don't like, but the people you do. So it's a funny time for you because you really do enjoy the Gemini spirit. You like the communication that it brings. You like the innovation that it brings. You like just the feel of it, but you don't like what it does to you, especially if you have Gemini placements. Now, if you have Cancer placements, you're feeling this even more up here with the irritation. You're just like, I got horns and claws, and you are in the wrong spot. Right? But here's another reminder of that Leo season. We're going to go into if you're dealing with a Leo, if you're dealing with a water sign in the extended. But here's that Leo energy saying, hey, hang on. Hang on. We'll get to Cancer season. You'll feel better. You'll be out there again, talking to people, loving on people. They'll be loving on you. They won't be afraid of you anymore. And then Leo season, boom. Let the games motherfucking begin. We just got to get there, Taurus. Almost there. June 21st. Until then, hush up. Remember what I said. Watch the second part of this reading over and over again if you need to, but just hush. Oh my God, I love you. Okay, so if you would like a personal recorded reading, you can click the Cameo link below. If you would like a one-on-one video chat, I think there's 2 slots left now, or maybe 1. For mid-July, there is a Chatalize link below. The Instant and the Vimeo Extended are the same video. One will be sent to your inbox directly, and one you have to log on to Vimeo to view. There is also a subscription page on Vimeo that I will start to include because many people have been asking about it. And that you just pay I think they charge you monthly, and you just get the extended as soon as it comes out. In most cases, you get the extended before the actual video comes out because I upload them first. Okay, Taurus. That was fun, right? That wasn't too bad. Let's take a look at the extended right now.